We are continuing the Tier 3 implementation for SAM in the part 2 of Section 7. Another process which is in Tier 3 is the service level management. The objective here is to define, record, and manage the levels of service to the SAM. A small but very valuable para within ISO 197701 is it highlights aligning the SAM program to any service level deliverables that currently exist within your company. So your primary driver in the short term for such a SAM program might be to counter a supplier audit or to make savings on unused software or even to give you a better visibility of your IT estate. However, to ensure that your SAM program does not remain a project, you will need to ensure it has traction in the medium to long term within the company. There is no better way to do this than to examine your existing IT functions, perhaps some non-IT ones also, to see how they could be improved by SAM. Once they establish ISO 1970-1 seeks to ensure that a process exists to assess that the SAM program is meeting those objectives, and if not, non-conformances are documented and action is taken to correct any shortfalls. The ISO standard advocates at least quarterly meetings to assess the delivery of such services to support any service level agreements. Depending on the importance and urgency of those services, you might wish to make those meetings more frequent. If you are seeking an adjacent standard or framework to operate with, then integration with IT service management best practices or even ISO 20000 may be a way forward. Ensure that all current and planned SAM services are delivered to agreed achievable targets. The service level management activities. They are the following: provide a point of regular contact and communication to customers for the service level discussions and negotiations, etc. Manage the SAM expectation and perception of business customers and users. Produce and agree the service level requirements for all planned new or changed SAM services. Establish and maintain SLAs for all live SAM services. Review the supplier contracts and agreements with supplier management to ensure alignment with SLA targets. Manage the level of service provided to meet the targets. Instigate and coordinate service improvement plan to improve delivery of SAM services. So all of these are service performance related. What are the policies? Here, they should be defined for the SAM content required in SLAs, when and how to review and renew the agreements, the agenda and the timeline of the reviews, methods and frequency of SAM service level reporting, interaction with the supplier management. The bottom, we have the cycle for the service level management. Requirement comes in, it's drafted, negotiated, then reviewed periodically, agreed. Periodically meaning there could be one or two workshops to review and then agree on it. And then it's about monitoring the services. Therefore, SLA reporting will be periodic. So therefore, this life cycle will have the following elements: designing the SLA frameworks for SAM, first of all, then determining, documenting, agreeing the requirements for new SAM services and producing the requirements, documentation, negotiating, documenting, and agreed SLAs for operational SAM services. Here, the SLAs are documented and agreed, monitoring the SAM service performance against those SLAs and producing the SAM service reports. Also, we have from time to time conducting the service reviews, instigating improvements, collating, measuring, and improving customer satisfaction, reviewing and revising SLAs, service scope and underpinning agreements, reviewing and revising the OLAs, operational level agreements, internally, that is within the organization's teams, underpinning the agreements and service scope, meaning the OLAs impact the SLAs with the external customer, developing contracts and relationships, handling complaints and compliments. This is a sample structure of an SLA. This should be enabled in collaboration with the service level manager. So there'll be general section or sections like introduction. As you can see here, the parties included, the signatures, the service descriptions, reporting and reviewing the information, and other content, and the frequencies for reviews. Then incentives and penalties, change for missing the SLAs, change procedures, support information such as service hours, support mechanisms, escalation methods. On the delivery front, there should be information about the availability, reliability, the throughput of the SAM services, transaction response times, batch turnaround times, contingency security charging. Some of them may or may not apply to SAM. So these are, some of them are a bit generic, but this can give you ideas regarding what the SAM SLAs should be like. Therefore, critical success factors need to be identified, maybe one or two for SAM, SL, service level management. Each CSF could have one or two or three KPIs, and each KPI may rely on a few metrics combined or calculated from a combination of metrics. So let's see a couple of examples. The first one, managing the quality of IT services require both in the number and levels of service provided and managed. APIs can be reduction in the SLA targets threatened, percent increase in customer perception and satisfaction of SLA achievements, percent reduction in SLA breaches due to underpinning contracts with the suppliers, percent reduction in SLA breaches caused by OLAs, operational level agreements with internal teams. All these KPIs go towards managing the quality of IT services required both in the number and the level of services provided and managed. So CSF are generally higher level statements, which make the practice very effective and efficient. Another one is to deliver the SAM service as agreed at affordable cost. And here the KPIs can be the following: percent reduction in the SAM service provision costs, percent reduction in SAM SLA monitoring and reporting costs, percent increase in the speed of developing and agreeing to SAM SLAs.